All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol INUV. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. As we go into all the information we're about to discuss, I do want to make every single investor aware of the fact that I have a new ticker symbol to share with you guys. It's a very controversial one, and I ask of every single investor and viewer to not look at it from an emotional perspective. Let's look at the raw data, what the chart is showing us, and the business model moving forward and potential for that company. So stay tuned for all that information. But right now, let's talk more about INUV stock. So it had a run. Now, there's large institutions that have been buying this before $1, which is very interesting to me because no institution in their right mind would invest in a stock if they don't see it reaching $1, right? They've been investing in this stock below $1 last year, and the most updated thing that I found on Vanguard group, which they updated their last disclosed ownership at 2,677,759 shares back in November 16th of 2020. Now, do I believe that they've recently bought? I think they have. They've probably went ahead and added some shares because this run had to have been not just from individual investors, but institutions loading up on shares. Now, I'm doing a video here of a stock chart analysis, but I'm also here to tell you guys you definitely want to add this to your watch list as well. If this is your first time coming across this video and you're one of my frequent viewers or subscribers and never seen me talk about this and you didn't even pay any mind to this, well, this is definitely one you want to add because Vanguard Group is highly respectable, and BlackRock Institutional Trust Company is as well, and BlackRock Inc. All of these companies have taken a position on INUV. It's pretty interesting, below $1. And you could see here their last total amount, and they changed their percentage by almost 228%. That is a big deal there. And their value change is already over 100%. And that was before this run. So at this run, they're probably up already 300, 400%. And if they loaded up on more shares, that right there will speak in high volumes on how they feel about this stock. Now, if we look up INUV stock, which I want you guys to go ahead and see here as this loads up, you could see the Vanguard Group pops up here. We got Perkins Capital Management Inc. They have a larger position. We got Herald Investment Management with an even larger position. And then we got BlackRock and Bard Associates. All of these here are pretty well-known institutions, specifically the Vanguard Group. Like the Vanguard Group, when they take a position, they've done a true thorough analysis. And what do? They do internet marketing and technology and deliver targeted advertisements into websites and applications reaching desktop and mobile devices. This is using AI intelligence to go ahead and advertise for companies, for different platforms, and so forth. There's a lot of potential here with this company overall. Now, it's below $1. For all these institutions to be loading up, they see potential, or they saw potential, because that's history. The potential is already being shown. But I do want to go over the chart so that every single investor is aware of what's going on and what we need to look for. And we want to keep in mind that the Vanguard Group has taken a pretty large position. I would like to know if they shaved down, but I feel like they actually loaded up instead of shaving down. But let's go ahead and see here the highest point reached in the day, which is pretty important, and I want us to look at our support and the 50-day moving average. So the 50-day moving average is way down here at 93.85 to be exact, but let's just say 93 cents. If that gets broken through, this ends up back in bearish territory, leaving bullish territory and going into bearish territory. So very important to watch and keep in mind. As long as we're above it, we're in bullish territory, and if that gets crossed, we'll be in bearish territory. I believe from this point forward, what we need to look for is consolidation and confirmation that this is holding itself up above $1, and this could possibly continue to grow and expand with the support and the loading up of institutions jumping in on this. So we definitely want to watch this one closely moving forward. So support here is 138. If that gets crossed, you have a pretty broad stretch here, but you want to watch it closely how it's reacting between 138 and the 50-day moving average. And are the bulls trying to reappear to bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly quickly? You want to keep that in mind and pay close attention to that. Our resistance level is 181. If that gets crossed, that is most importantly the point where the bulls need a breakthrough. And if they cross it, they can go ahead and reach newer highs and newer resistance levels. So if that gets crossed, it's the most important point, and it will go ahead and allow the stock to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. But 181 needs to be broken through by the bulls and turn into a support to reach newer highs and new resistance levels, pulling further away from the 50-day moving average and continuing the momentum. If they can't do that, it would be a healthy sign for this to consolidate up here, but the 50-day moving average will be catching up to the price, and at some point for the momentum to continue or build up upon where it's reached, the bulls need to break through resistance to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and stay tuned till the end of the video. So for those of you that have stayed till the end of this video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is in a very controversial state right now, and many people disagree with it, and I completely respect everyone's opinion. Either you agree or disagree with it, and I'm not here to talk about the controversies of this platform and ticker symbol. I'm just here to talk about the technicals, what the chart is showing, and it's looking like an opportunity, but we definitely need to watch it closely. But the ticker symbol is TWTR, Twitter Inc., right? So it's been pulled down due to all the controversies that are going on right now, and a lot of people are disagreeing and leaving even the platform, and I completely understand why someone would decide to do that, because of the fact that they have a personal belief, and these personal beliefs are being destroyed, right, by the way others are treated, or even the whole entire platform as a whole. I completely respect it, and I completely understand where anybody is coming from and how they feel. But again, I'm not here to talk about the controversies. Let's talk about the chart. Let's focus in on the chart. And I want to start off by saying that you definitely want to add this to your watch list. Like, remove all emotional perspective on Twitter and focus in on the numbers, and let's focus in on the graph. Now, Twitter has been banning many individuals that are followed by many. Now, will that affect Twitter's revenue moving forward? I believe it will. It will in a big percentage, but Twitter will actually continue to grow because it's a growing company. So it may not grow as fast, right? As fast as we've seen it grow, but it's going to continue to grow. It might be at a slower pace, but you can already see from this up high up here of around the 50s and 56 and drop down to about 44. It lost about 4 billion in market capitalization, which I personally believe it could actually get some of that back over time. It's going to take some time. So what is my perspective here? This is temporary. This fall is temporary. And we're going to show you why I believe Twitter is going to grow back. Now, do I think it's going to grow this fast in that short period of time? I don't want to guarantee that, and I don't believe that. I think it's going to be much slower, but we will see such growth over time. Now, some will say, I think Twitter has more room to fall, and that completely is something that I don't want to rebuttal. It could completely be true, or we could have probably hit the bottom here. We don't know the bottom yet, but we are seeing a pullback. Now, why is this pulling back? Well, if you look up in different articles, there's a lot of different stuff going out about Twitter, but one of the main ones that stood out to me today, which I found that information over the weekend, is that analysis ratings have been reiterated up to $60. So they've actually been upgraded, and that happened last week. I came across it over the weekend. I was probably going to talk about it over the weekend, but I said let me see how it reacts to this reiteration. Does the public care about that, or will it continue to pull down? Well, funny story is it started to come out on articles, and here we are seeing a slight upward trend. But we've already seen upward trends here about 2 or 3 times, right? And then what happened? The stock kept going down. So I don't want us to be fooled by that, but it is looking like it slightly hit a bottom here. Now we want to see. We don't know what the bottom is, but the one thing I do want to refer back to is November 2nd, when the stock fell from $52 all the way down to about 38. And then after that, it started to run right back up. So this could be an opportunity just like what happened here. I'm not guaranteeing that, but it could be an opportunity like what happened here moving forward. Now, the banding of individuals, especially highly sought after individuals that are actually being followed and watched by many, have been removed, is something that is affecting Twitter overall in their revenue moving forward. I know that's going to affect the business, and it won't be able to grow as fast as it was growing before. It's going to grow slower, but this does have potential to continue to grow. So I highly recommend adding this to your watch list, adding this to keep it on your radar, whether you're against it or you're with it. I am here to talk about technicals. I'm not here to talk about the controversies, but if you can just remove your emotional perspective for just a moment and look at what I'm saying, you may see an opportunity. But I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold. I'm just here to enlighten everyone on stocks that are looking pretty opportunistic, in my opinion, and what I'm looking at. So definitely add this to your watch list. Keep it on your radar. And guys, I know it's very controversial right now and everything that's going on, but the business model of Twitter is going to continue to grow. This is probably a temporary pullback, and we might have already seen the bottom. I'm not sure yet. There could continue to be a pullback, but this is getting pretty close to its bottom. And as more analysis ratings continue to reiterate and move forward, this could be a temporary pullback, and we might see some explosive growth moving forward. Like I said, it might not be as fast as before and how it used to, but it will start to move its way up to newer highs and new resistance levels once more investors are feeling more optimistic, and also this temporary pullback is pulled through. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes, and it's going to be interesting. And again, I apologize if this is a controversial stock in your opinion, but I did have to share this because a lot of investors, what they're looking for is opportunity. So thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.